Looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learnt in the progression from it to the full product? Looking back at the preliminary task, I think that I have learnt how to make my magazine look realistic instead of looking like it has been made within 5 days. I have learnt to take time within my project in order to make it look professional and efficient. The main improvements I have made within my magazine compared to the preliminary task is that the cover lines have good use of dead space. The background image for the preliminary task does not look realistic, where the real magazine cover has a solid white background and looks natural and professional. And finally, the masthead in the preliminary task is on a slant and looks slightly unprofessional. There is many more alterations within the magazine, such as the images also. The layout throughout the magazine is much more professional also, as I have used rulers when creating them on Photoshop. An example of this would be the text throughout the double page spread, as I had to separate that out in order to make it look real, and like other magazines. For the contents page, I put the cover lines in an orderly fashion, so the audience could see them clearly, and this was a mistake I made for my preliminary task, as I just scattered the cover rounds around the page. Also, the layout of images was different. For my real magazine, I placed the images away from the text so that the audience can grace the images and feel them. Whilst the text is on the side, it can be clearly read. Our final thing which I gained the knowledge of from the preliminary task was that the images have to be took in a plain location, and also some can have a different approach to them, such as different angles and different parts of the body can be taken a picture of. Now I am going to talk about the more positive side towards the preliminary task, and that was that it taught me how to take pictures and what sort of pictures I should take, such as a person associated with rap/Skyne, which would be stereotypically a black person, and also what I should include in my front cover and content, such as page numbers and titles. The preliminary task also taught me how to set out certain things, such as make it look a real magazine which can be seen on the shelves of shops. These were such things as barcode, price and selling lines. Finally, the mistakes I think I've made throughout my magazine are that my double page spread does not have enough spacing between each text box, and also the contents page does not fit in with the rest of the house style, as it has a formal font. Also, I think that I can make better use of cover lines on my front page so they can fill up more dead space. However, overall, I think my magazine looks professional and efficient, and can see it doing well in shops if put out there.